One topic of conversation, Kevin Durant going back to Cali. Here's what Steph had to say about KD back with the Warriors. He said, okay, KD's coming back and we're going to play with him. I had so much fun playing with him those 3 years. I'd be like, hell yeah. Then you have to think, what does that actually mean? What does it look like? Okay, Stephen A. Should KD regret leaving that dynasty?
Hell yes. I think that's obvious. There's no way around that. Put myself on Front Street, we all know that I was on the record years ago when he left Oklahoma City, calling it the weakest move that I'd ever seen by a superstar. It wasn't meant to indict him as a player because I think he's phenomenal. I think when healthy, Kevin Durant is the best player on the planet. That's how I feel about his skill set. I think he's that lethal. But to be in a Game 7 of a conference finals, to lose that Game 7 after being up 3-1, and then to go to the team that beat you 3 weeks later, I thought was weak. Having said all of that, it doesn't take away from the fact that the man went there, won back-to-back titles, and they would have blown Toronto out of the building, out of the country Canada. If Kevin Durant was healthy against Kawhi Leonard, there's no way in hell the Toronto Raptors would have beaten the Golden State Warriors in 6 games in the NBA Finals had Kevin Durant and ultimately Klay Thompson in that Game 6 had not gotten hurt. Having said all of that, you leave after all of that. And where you go matters. And who you go to play with matters. Steph Curry is a preeminent superstar in this game and the greatest shooter we have ever seen. And now he won. And last year, everybody, in that camp got mad at me because I said, if the Golden State Warriors win, Keyshawn, then people are going to be talking more about KD leaving Steph to join Kyrie than they would be talking about his 2 titles. Everybody was in an uproar on that side of the camp. So what happened? After the season ended and Steph Curry won the championship and the NBA Finals MVP, what are they talking about? You left Steph Curry. What the hell were you thinking? So now that we look at it, that's the narrative. And the only way to overcome that narrative is for you to show up in Brooklyn this year. We already know you could average 30. You averaged 29 last year. We know what KD going to do on the basketball court. We're talking about not what you're going to do individually, Keyshawn, in terms of your own numbers, your own stats, and what you bring to the table. We're talking about your ability to galvanize the troops in Brooklyn and to make a legitimate run at the title. That's where everything is really under a microscope for KD. That's where the legacy is in jeopardy of being tarnished. Not about his ability, not about his greatness. There's nothing to talk about there. That is cemented. This brother is one of the all-time greats. But you will be talking about him as a leader, the face of a franchise, and whether or not you're a guy that deserved the status that LeBron has had, that Steph Curry has now had. Are you someone that's worthy of that? That is going to be, it's the lone question about KD. There's nothing else to question, but it is a question.
He could put a lot of that to rest, though, if he goes and takes care of business.
That's what I'm saying.
In Brooklyn.
That's right.
No way in hell should he have ever entertained going back to Golden State.
Right.
Once you left,
Exactly.
that's over with. You don't do that.
You don't go back.
Because if you do that, it's going to say more about you and less about Steph Curry for sure. Because you need Steph Curry to win a championship, and now you becomes like Steph Curry's, I own you. You need me. I don't need you.
It's not the move for the legacy he's going for with all his
it's not the move at all, one bit. The best thing to do, he did it, signed back with the Nets, follow through, finish the deal, see what it is.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.